Sub traders, it's trades here. Let's do a pre-close analysis for the 16th of October, Wednesday. We had no news today except for CPI on pound this morning, and we've got EU interest rate and dollar retail sales tomorrow, Thursday. This is how we closed yesterday, right? Going into today, I was watching this sell side liquidity and waiting for price to come out down and take that sell side liquidity and find support right above this daily time frame fair value gap as well. And given the way we approached that level with a channel on the 240 with RSI diverging, to me that was a good indication that we're going to find some kind of a support. So this is how we closed the day yesterday, and this is how we started the London session, right? You have to watch out, like we failed to hold this bullish engulfing candle and put in this inside bar, which was followed by this liquidity grab of both candles and then a displacement, a bearish engulfing candle. However, given that we had failed to close below this low, this low, this low, to me that was a good sign that maybe price will find support around here. And then going into lower time frame, this is how we started the day with pre-London open. One thing is what clear is that sell side liquidity is right there. We took out this high, right? Weekly time order flow has been bearish for this week. We took out this high, displaced lower with this liquidity grab again, and then displaced with fair value gaps, and then came down, held this fair value gap up above this swing, and then put in these candles. So going into the morning, I was waiting for price to come down and take out this sell side liquidity, which it does with this very sharp candle. And to me, no news today, and that sharp candle was an indication that, you know, price is looking to take out stops around here, or price is taking out stops and it's going to find some kind of a support. So I took a long around here after on the third candle, and it was aiming for, honestly, I was aiming for these highs up here, but let's see. I was aiming for these highs going into the day. So we took out that low, and then we, you know, put in this bullish engulfing candle, and that was kind of a sign that price is going to find support. And then it pushes up, takes out those highs straight after London session, so at around 5 a.m. This is around 10 a.m. UK time. No market structure shift on the 15-minute. However, if I had waited for, you know, a liquidity grab of a low followed by a market structure shift, and then a hold of a fair value gap, then another market structure shift, and then I could have entered on the pullback here, which also would have been a good trade. But I entered somewhere around here because I was quite aggressive and I didn't want the trade to move away from me. I had my stops at 73, somewhere around here, and I entered somewhere around this here. However, right, going into the day, because I was so bullish after price took out that sell side liquidity, I'd completely forgotten that we are in a bearish trend. It's still only Wednesday, and yeah, it's still Wednesday, so I should be considering that in the back of my mind. And we had this drawn liquidity for me for the day. Price pushes up, right? Price comes up, puts in this order block, which comes at 11 a.m. UK time. Which is good sign for me, because it is essentially forming an order block for price to come down and take out liquidity during the 7 a.m. open, 12 p.m. UK time, which is a perfect time for manipulation. And that's exactly what happens, right? We come down, take out that 50%, and then we consolidate sideways, put in this candle, and again another chance to enter if I was bullish. However, price comes up, right? I was watching this order block right here. This is the last order block that price put in yesterday before displacing lower. And then we hold that order block with this bearish engulfing candle. And then the trade that I was in, I exited around here. This strong, you know, this is a statement candle to me, especially in a bearish trend where it is right now, right above these highs, which price failed to close above, tapped in to clear these fair value gaps, right? Tapped into that order block and put in a statement candle in a bearish order flow on weekly time frame, suggesting that it could go lower. But because it's not to me, right, we took out that sell side liquidity. To me, that wasn't a good enough setup. But however, it is an area to take out targets because we're in a bearish order flow and with prices already moved so much above the Asian high as well, and took out Asian high already once, and then took out the liquidity off that high. So this was a good enough sign that price is going to displace lower. And then after that, yep, if I was looking to trade around this low during the London close session. We even had a market structure shift, I believe, right around here, but no, too late for me at that time, and I wasn't going to trade, which is interesting because price just continues lower, which is not something I was anticipating today. So yeah, when I saw this bearish engulfing candle that took out that sell side liquidity, I was quite confident that the next candle was going to be a bullish engulfing candle, and then we were going to find some support and reach that drawn liquidity. And that was the main reason I held onto my trade. But after I saw the 2 o'clock candle close like this, the 10 o'clock candle, sorry, which is the 5 a.m. candle, New York time, closed like this, that was enough sign for me that it's not going to continue higher. And also that 1 hour order block rejection with this statement candle was another evidence that we're not going to go higher. So I took out my targets somewhere around here, and then price displaced lower, which is interesting. So we were still in the bearish order flow which is exactly what we were in the weekly time frame. So I'll be interested to see what price does tomorrow and Friday. We've got this daily time frame fair value gap 50%, which looks like it's going to close below. We've got this daily time frame order block right here, which price might find support at. So I'll be highlighting that. But yeah, at the moment, the way price is closed with this bearish candle, we might continue lower, but given it's Thursday and Friday tomorrow and the day after, we've got interest rate news coming out. I'm not sure what price is going to do. I'll have to just take trades based on patterns. So we've still got this channel in play. We can come down and tap into that order block and find support. We just have to wait and see how that plays out. Same with pound dollar. I was bearish going into the week, and we had this candle yesterday, a bullish candle in a potential bearish engulfing candle pattern, which is something which was one of my analysis during my pre-market analysis, I believe, at the weekend, that I was expecting price to come down with a sharp bearish candle into this sell side liquidity and then find support. But yeah, let's just dive into it. Honestly, going into the day, I wasn't actually sure what price was going to do, because we did come into this support level structure zone and then held this low 50%. We'd failed to close below so many days in a row. I just wasn't sure whether the price was going to continue higher first before coming down, or it was just going to come down and take out liquidity. But we had pound CPI coming out in the morning, and price rejected this CPI candle yesterday with this bearish engulfing candle, another statement candle. However, at the same time, right, we had this bullish engulfing candle, and price came into this order block on the 240 and put in this bullish engulfing candle when at 5 a.m. in the morning, the 7 before London open. And to me, that was kind of like, oh, maybe we're gonna continue higher up. But looking at it now, in hindsight, right, we had a breaker block, we had fair value gaps, we had liquidity grab in a bearish order flow with a clear objective at that sell side liquidity. We came up, we took out this liquidity high, and then now it's just screaming that it's going to push lower, and then CPI comes out, boom. And similar to pound dollar, I was bullish. There was potential trading opportunities here, and I was looking to trade, but I was already in the EU trade, so I didn't want to trade this. And then you had, right, market structure shift. You had this head and shoulder. You could have entered on the pullback at the 50%, 618, and price eventually does push up. All right, we closed below this, but it was just followed by these 3 bullish candle, and then after seeing that, I was thinking maybe price is going to come down here and then continue higher, because we've just taken out a sell side liquidity. But bearish order flow is something I need to keep in mind, because whenever price drops like this after news and comes into a point of interest, to me, it's most likely going to find some kind of a support, especially when I've been waiting for this area to be taken out for so long. Like since here, I've been waiting for this sell side liquidity to be taken out, and we've just accumulated, and the news dropped it. The news candle made a low, and then the next candle took out the low of that candle, which was just something that you want to see. Usually, right, because this is at a counter trading, I'm counter trading that it dropped and it started to consolidate a bit more, market structure shifts, right? Whereas whenever you're in a trend, and then news comes out and price drops into a point of interest, so like we're in a trend, and then news is coming out right around here, and then price just tanks into a, I don't know, some kind of high time frame POI, then it's less likely to start consolidating and doing these dances and moves. It normally just seems to just, move up immediately and continue its trend. But because this is a counter move, it's more likely to dance around before pushing up. That's just my personal experience from watching the market anyway, and just a reminder to myself in the future when I do see trades like these that I don't have to jump in straight away. I can wait around and potential entry will come up, unless I'm in a trend and I'm aiming for unless I'm in a trend. But yeah, that 4-hour candle, man, just dropped it like this, which put me in a bullish bias for the day. But I guess price had different thing in mind. We took out this low as well, and then the next candle, right, we close like this. 1 hour, we push up, essentially push into the 50% of this range, find resistance exactly at that 12 o'clock time. So this is 7 till 8 is 12 till 1 UK time. We get that market structure shift as well right there, and then pull back and then hold and then drops lower. Honestly, I didn't want to enter this because of the fact that we're taking that sell side liquidity, previous month low, and I was predicting price is going to come down and then go up again. So I didn't really want to get into that short. So yeah, I wasn't expecting this. Still got the channel in play, still at that sell side liquidity. We've got that weekly time frame fair value gaps as well, just there. We've got the first one here, and then the second one right there. We've got this order block, or the start of this pullback right inside this fair value gap as well. We've got multiple fair value gaps along the way here. So I do believe if price tanks down, we're going to start finding some kind of a support, like the 4-hour candle or the 1 hour candle, where I was saying we'll find something like this. I reckon we could find something like that on the daily time frame after these lows have been taken out. So yeah, let's see how that plays out next week. Any news for pound? Retail sales, that's about it really. So yeah, let's just see how the market plays out.